Witness how Canadian truckers shook the nation with their defiance, rallying hundreds of trucks and thousands of supporters in the historic Freedom Convoy, from disrupting Ottawa for nearly a month to blocking key U.S. border crossings. Their protests garnered global attention, with the hashtag Freedom Convoy trending worldwide. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin emerged as their lifeline, with over 20 BTC donated worth $870,000, 1.1 million Canadian dollars, after traditional channels froze. Even billionaires like Elon Musk hailed their cause, declaring Canadian truckers rule. Don't miss the explosive journey as we unveil how Bitcoin fueled their rebellion against vaccine mandates and mocked Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. In early 2022, the stage was set for one of Canada's most turbulent socio-political spectacles, the Freedom Convoy. A sea of trucks rolled into Ottawa, honking their horns like a chorus of discontent, joined by throngs of pedestrians fed up with pandemic restrictions. What began as a protest against mandatory vaccinations for truckers crossing the U.S. border morphed into a full-blown outcry against COVID-19 mandates nationwide. For weeks, the convoy commandeered the streets, paralyzing Ottawa's daily rhythms and sending shockwaves throughout the country. Some hailed it as a noble stand for personal freedoms, a modern-day David versus Goliath saga. Others condemned it, labeling it a reckless disruption to essential services and a breeding ground for extremist ideologies. Amidst the chaos, a financial crisis loomed large. The frozen funds dilemma. As the convoy gathered momentum, millions poured into its war chest via platforms like GoFundMe. But then came the hammer blow. GoFundMe, bowing to political pressure, slammed the brakes on those donations, leaving truckers stranded and supporters fuming. Imagine the frustration of these drivers ready to roll but suddenly grounded, their lifeline choked off by bureaucratic red tape. Fuel, food, and supplies, essential for the convoy's survival, vanished into thin air, lost in a quagmire of legal wrangling and frozen accounts. The very funds meant to sustain their protest became a weapon against them, wielded by those who sought to snuff out their dissent. Yet amidst this turmoil, a glimmer of hope emerged, a digital lifeline in the form of Bitcoin. But how did Canadian truckers turn to cryptocurrency to keep their convoy rolling? And what challenges did they face in this bold new frontier? Stay tuned for our next segment, Bitcoin's emergence as a lifeline, where we delve into the solution to this financial stranglehold. Bitcoin's emergence as a lifeline. As the Freedom Convoy faced the suffocating grip of financial censorship, they turned to Bitcoin, a digital lifeline in a sea of regulatory red tape. When traditional channels choked off their funds, the convoy didn't back down, they adapted. In a defiant move, donors rallied behind the convoy, sending over 20 Bitcoin, totaling a staggering $870,000, 1.1 million Canadian dollars. This influx of support spoke volumes. When push came to shove, people stood with the convoy even if it meant embracing the uncharted waters of cryptocurrency. But what made Bitcoin such an appealing alternative? It's all about decentralization, the very essence of what makes Bitcoin tick. Unlike the centralized behemoths like GoFundMe, where a single flick of the regulatory switch could shut down donations, Bitcoin operates outside the clutches of any single authority. A vast network of computers scattered across the globe, all working together to maintain a digital ledger of transactions. No one entity calls the shots, no government, no bank holds the reins. It's a rebel currency immune to the whims of bureaucrats. And that's precisely why it was the perfect tool for the convoy. With Bitcoin, there are no intermediaries to freeze funds or censor transactions. Supporters simply transferred Bitcoin from their own wallets to the convoys, bypassing any attempts to stifle their cause. But as the convoy found sanctuary in Bitcoin's decentralized embrace, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and his government found themselves outflanked. Their attempts to choke off protest funding hitting a digital brick wall. It was a game changer, a bold statement that grassroots movements could thrive in the digital age, beyond the reach of traditional power structures. Mobilizing support through cryptocurrency. The truckers' cry for freedom echoed far beyond the borders of Ottawa, resonating within the heart of the cryptocurrency community. With Bitcoin as their digital banner, they found allies in those who shared their disdain for centralized control. In a whirlwind of solidarity, Bitcoin donations flooded in, a testament to the power of decentralized support. From every corner of the globe, supporters rallied behind the convoy, bypassing the shackles of traditional finance to fuel the fight for freedom. But it wasn't just about the money, it was about the momentum. Social media became the battleground where the convoy's message went viral, igniting a wildfire of support. Tweets echoed across the digital landscape, with even the likes of Elon Musk throwing his weight behind the cause, declaring Canadian truckers rule. From the UK, comedian Russell Brand lent his voice to the chorus, calling out mainstream media for their deafening silence on the convoy's plight. And closer to home, NHL star Mike Fisher stood tall, endorsing the convoy's fight for freedom. It was a groundswell of support, a tidal wave of defiance against government overreach. And as the convoy's message spread like wildfire, the eyes of the world turned towards Ottawa, where the battle for freedom raged on. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any happening in the world of money. Don't forget to switch on those notifications, ensuring you're always in the know with our latest content. Political backlash and Trudeau's dilemma. As the Freedom Convoy gathered steam, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau found himself in the crosshairs of global scrutiny. Trudeau's response sparked outrage and allegations of fueling division. In a bold move, Trudeau invoked the 1988 Emergencies Act, a historic first for Canada. This act granted the federal government sweeping powers, including the ability to suppress gatherings and disrupt crowdfunding efforts. However, Trudeau's heavy-handed approach drew fierce criticism both at home and abroad. A federal court in Canada lambasted Trudeau's administration, deeming the use of emergency powers unjustified and disproportionate. Justice Richard Mosley pointed out that existing laws could have managed the situation without invoking draconian measures. Even European parliamentarians weighed in, branding Trudeau's actions a symbol of civil rights violations. Croatian MEP Mislav Kalakusic didn't mince words, accusing Trudeau of trampling on fundamental rights and likening his methods to dictatorship. German MEP Christine Anderson echoed similar sentiments, calling Trudeau a disgrace for any democracy. But as authorities cracked down on the convoy's operations, the backlash only intensified. Financial restrictions, vehicle tows, and traffic disruptions aimed to derail the convoy's momentum. Yet these tactics only fueled protesters' resolve, deepening their opposition to the government's stance. In the face of mounting pressure, Trudeau's attempts to quell dissent only served to fan the flames of resistance. Stay tuned as we delve into the power of grassroots movements and how they navigate the stormy seas of political opposition. The power of grassroots movements. In the heart of the Freedom Convoy, a mosaic of voices united in defiance against government overreach. Truckers, small business owners, social conservatives, and even anti-vaccine activists found common ground in their opposition to pandemic mandates. Their grievances were diverse, but their message was clear. Enough is enough. As the convoy snaked through Ottawa's streets, it became a symbol of resistance, a beacon of hope for those fed up with bureaucratic red tape and stifling regulations. This wasn't just about crossing borders, it was about reclaiming individual freedoms in the face of encroaching government control. But the convoy wasn't just a motley crew of dissidents, it was a microcosm of a broader grassroots movement. Online movements, social media campaigns, and decentralized organizing coalesced into a powerful force for change. It was a reminder that the people, united, could challenge the status quo and demand accountability from those in power, and therein lay the symbolism of the resistance. The convoy wasn't just a convoy, it was a manifestation of the collective will of the people. It stood as a testament to the enduring spirit of civil liberties and individual freedoms, a rallying cry against the tide of authoritarianism. But as the convoy rolled on, it faced challenges both internal and external. Stay tuned as we explore how Bitcoin's role reshaped protest dynamics and how this digital currency became a tool for the convoy to amplify its message of defiance. Bitcoin's role in reshaping protest dynamics. In the heat of the Freedom Convoy protests, Bitcoin emerged as a beacon of hope, a digital lifeline for a movement fighting against the tide of government overreach. When traditional fundraising platforms slammed their doors shut, Bitcoin stepped in, offering a decentralized haven for donations to flow freely. Bitcoin's decentralized nature allowed protesters to bypass financial institutions and censorship, ensuring that their message of defiance could be heard loud and clear around the globe. It wasn't just about raising funds, it was about empowerment through technology, a testament to the power of decentralized networks to challenge the status quo. But the legacy of the convoy goes beyond its immediate impact. It sparked conversations about the role of cryptocurrency in protest movements, shining a spotlight on Bitcoin's potential to disrupt traditional fundraising and foster greater transparency in financial transactions. The convoy's embrace of Bitcoin not only demonstrated its potential as a tool for grassroots activism, but also provided a glimpse into a future where digital currencies are central to shaping social and political movements. As the Freedom Convoy protests fade into memory, one fact remains undeniable. Bitcoin's pivotal role in reshaping protest dynamics underscores the enduring power of technology to drive meaningful social change. Having seen how Bitcoin empowered the protest, prepare to be amazed by its potential to reshape entire nations. Tune in to our next episode as we explore El Salvador's groundbreaking Bitcoin journey, revealing how everything has transformed.